By Democratic Congressman Heck of Washington. He sits on the House Intelligence Committee. Congressman, thank you for taking a few minutes. To try to get a taste of this, we put the powers in perspective out there that Democrats now have running these committees, the oversight potential there. You've been sitting on that committee for a while. Give me one area that you have been waiting and eager to dive into that you can now dive into you couldn't before.
The phone call before the Trump Tower meeting in the summer of 2016. We'd like to know to whom that call was made or from whom it was received by Donald Trump Jr. That's something that we had sought to actually subpoena when we undertook our investigation over the last couple of years, but were denied the opportunity to do. But it's just one example, Steve. There are literally dozens of them that any prudent investigator would have followed up on.
How is your investigation going to, I guess the question is your investigation or any investigation that you launch, is that going to work in tandem at all with the Mueller investigation? Are these going to be just existing in completely separate worlds? Do you have to rely on Mueller in some way, at least what's publicly known about his investigation, to pursue your work?
We don't have eyes on the Mueller investigation. He is very, very secretive about his deliberations, as is the professional thing to do. So I couldn't tell you exactly what the status of his deliberations are. What we know is that there have been 36 criminal indictments and 4 prison terms meted out to various characters within the Trump orbit. But we really don't know what the status is. Just like you, we hear from a lot of different people that he's nearing its completion. So we'll be undertaking, where we think is appropriate, a separate and may or may not be parallel follow-up to some of the things that we think merit it as a consequence of failure to follow through in the last couple of years.
I'm curious, how do you anticipate working with, and do you anticipate working at all productively with the Republicans on your committee? Obviously, there was a lot of tension there the last 2 years between the majority Republicans, the minority in your party. How's that relationship going to work in reverse for the next 2 years?
Well, the dirty little secret in Washington, D.C. is that when we weren't working on the Russian investigation, there were actually a lot of areas where we worked together on very well. Yes, the relationship was strained. Clearly it was strained. But it was not all defining in terms of our work, either with respect to reauthorization of the Intelligence Authorization Act or a variety of other measures that we undertook. We completely modernized CFIUS, the Committee on Foreign Investment in the U.S., and the Intelligence Committee had a strong hand in that, and we did that in a bipartisan way. So it was really pretty much along the lines of the Russian investigation where the relationship got, at a minimum, pretty rocky, Steve.
We mentioned, too, we showed that clip, Nancy Pelosi leaving the door open to the possibility of impeachment there. One of your colleagues, Brad Sherman, he already did this a couple years ago, introduced a resolution, an impeachment resolution already. Let me ask you the question. I know when he was able to force a vote on this a while back, you were a no at that point. But let me ask you this question. If this conversation moves toward impeachment over the next few months, is there, roughly speaking, a cutoff date where Democrats would need to initiate that by, just given the fact that the 2020 campaign is going to begin, the country will be in full presidential campaign mode? Does this have to be launched, if it is going to happen, by this summer, say?
Well, I think whether or not we ever take up impeachment is going to be largely dependent, as Speaker Pelosi suggests, on the final work product of the Mueller investigation. And I think that we ought to be, frankly, guided by the substance of what it is that he finds. And we are not in a position to be able to indicate what that is at this time because we simply don't know what it is, Steve. So it depends on what he recommends as to whether or not we should take it up. If it's serious enough, I don't know that there would be a cutoff for it. But again, there's no point in having this largely academic conversation until and unless we have additional information from Director Mueller.
All right, Congressman Heck, thank you for taking a few minutes.
You're welcome, sir.
Meanwhile,